welcome back to Stories for Shabbos. In this house, we love stories about the Chavetz Chaim, right? I think that's one of the most common people that we tell stories about. If you remember all the way back, for you diehard Stories for Shabbos fans, back in, what was it? Season 1, episode 3, something like that. One of the first stories we told, it was a story about the Chavetz Chaim's grocery store. Remember the story where somebody got overcharged for fish, but he didn't know who it was, so he gave away free fish to everybody for the next couple of weeks, just to make sure he didn't, by accident, charge someone a few extra rubles? Anyway, check back at that for their story. But here's another story of the Chavetz Chaim and his little tiny grocery store in Rodin, Poland. Because the Chavetz Chaim was known as a very sweet, gentle, calm man. He was very careful in how he acted to other people, how he spoke to other people, of course. He literally wrote the book about speaking properly. But one day, some people saw a very different side of the Chavetz Chaim. Because a man came into his grocery store, a man who was a thief, who would sometimes go from place to place and steal stuff. And he had the chutzpah to come into the Chavetz Chaim's grocery store and grab some stuff. And without paying for it, he put it in his pocket, he put it in his bag, and he started running away. And people expected that the Chavetz Chaim, who was such a kind and gentle and sensitive man, would just say, okay, it's okay. He's probably hungry. I'll let him go. But instead, they saw the Chavetz Chaim jump up from his chair, climb onto the counter. I don't know if this is literally exactly what happened. Jump over and start running after the... And everyone was watching was like, oh my gosh, we've never seen the Chavetz Chaim run like this. They couldn't believe what was happening. The Chavetz Chaim ran across the grocery store, ran out the door to chase after the thief. And the people who were in the store were so curious to see what's going to happen. So they also ran out the door to see, and they see the Chavetz Chaim running. The thief is running as fast as he can because he wants to get away. And the Chavetz Chaim, an old, sweet, gentle tzaddik, is running after him. And then they see that the Chavetz Chaim, I guess he was pretty fast, is starting to get closer to the man. And they hear him yelling something to the man. They thought he was probably yelling like, get back here, you thief, you got him. And instead they heard when they got closer that the Chavetz Chaim was yelling, I forgive you. I'm a mochel you. And then when he was sure that the man heard him, he turned around and came back to his store. Because the Chavetz Chaim didn't really care that much if someone stole a few dollars from him or a few rubles or a few pieces of fruit or bread. It's not nice, obviously. It's an Aveira. But the Chavetz Chaim was more concerned that I don't want this person to have a sin, to have an Aveira, to have to get punished by Hashem. Now, Chavetz Chaim wanted the man to know that if he was so hungry, he could have just asked him, do you have some food? I can't afford to pay. And of course, the Chavetz Chaim would say, sure, take whatever you need. So the Chavetz Chaim ran after him, not to grab his food back, not to yell at him, not to say, what are you doing? But the Chavetz Chaim said, I forgive you. Because too often in life, sometimes we're always worried about getting back at people and what they did wrong to me. And how could you do that? When instead, if somebody does something, even by mistake, and they bump you, or they take something that's yours, or even if they say or do something that's really not so nice to you, instead of getting all mad, instead of yelling at them, instead of pointing it out to them, just say to them kindly and nicely and gently, I forgive you. Shabbos, everyone.
Shabbos.